So I'm going to go over again how to do foil. I know my last video caused a couple questions because I didn't start from the very beginning. So this is the foil adhesive. It comes in sheets. I buy it 12 by 20. I like to keep some on hand because sometimes you get foil in mystery packs, and sometimes I just buy a bunch of foil. So I've already cut a smaller piece of that, but this is how this comes, and it's like a clear-ish sheet. Okay, this is what foil looks like, and it's very thin. Basically, even thinner than aluminum foil. It's just a real thin sheet. So to do this project, you're going to need the foil adhesive and your foil. I'm actually going to use two different, I'm going to use a little bit of this one for my pattern too, and then your pattern. So I'm going to go ahead and cut out my pattern, but what I'm going to do is one side of this is super slick and shiny, and one side is more of a matte type of a, it's probably hard to tell, but you put the shiny plain side down on your mat because that is the carrier sheet side. So you're going to put that down. Okay. This is the design that I'm going to be making. So I'm going to, I like to actually flip the design before I send it to my Cricut, just because sometimes I forget to flip them. So I think my computer's being really slow today. So apparently it's not going to flip on me, so I'll just click make it. Okay, now I'm going to make sure I mirror cut it. You do want to mirror cut when you use the foil adhesive. It's I just use my regular iron-on setting, but my blade's a little dull, so I'm going to use more pressure. Okay. Okay, so I'll go ahead and cut out my image, and I'll be back with you guys shortly. Okay, so that's done cutting, so now I am going to weed. This weed's very easy, but I'm not going to make you watch the whole weeding process. Oh my goodness. Okay, so once you get under it, and pull it up, it weeds nice. Of course, all HTS products do. So that's never really an issue. Okay, so I'm going to finish weeding this, and then I will be back to show you guys what's next. Okay, so if I would have known how simple that was to weed, I would not have paused you. That literally only took me a few seconds to weed. Okay, so now I have the design on the foil adhesive. Now I'm going to do this a way that I just watched a video from Denise, I'm not sure how you pronounce her last name, Kremer. That I watched her do yesterday. So I'm going to show you that, but I'm going to use both of these foils today. So we're going to turn over to the heat press for a minute now while I get the shirt ready and start to apply the foil adhesive. Okay, so I'm going to press my shirt once just to get all the moisture out, not the air, like I said in my video yesterday. Not sure why I said that. So if you guys notice that my machine is actually 303 right now, but I have it set on 300. 300 is the setting for foil and the adhesive. Okay, so I'm going to fold my shirt in half to get my center line. sure that my side seams are all even. I know where my center is. Press that for a second. Okay. And then I always like to measure just to make sure I'm close. We got 18 inches and 9 is on the center, so it's exactly centered. Okay. So there's my shirt. Now I'm going to take my adhesive that I weeded, and I'm going to fold it in half to get my center mark. Okay. So then I'm going to line this up on the center about 3 inches down. Okay, that looks nice and lined up. Okay, now the foil adhesive is 300 temperature for 5 seconds. I have hair under there. For 5 seconds. And then it's a hot peel, so you want to peel that right away. And then the foil itself is 10 seconds, and it's a cold peel. So, okay, so I'm going to do my 5 seconds for this, and then hot peel. Hot peel. Okay. Just throw that carrier sheet away. Sometimes I reuse them. Since they are slightly sticky, you can reuse them if you're using a patterned vinyl that you have to get off of the backing and onto a carrier. You can use, it doesn't work for glitter, but you can use it for a pattern. Okay, so what I want to do is, I want to give the flamingo a little bit extra color. So the flamingo only, I have a piece of foil that I've cut that's right about the size of the flamingo. And now this is what I learned from watching Denise's video yesterday. I'm going to take it and I'm going to crinkle it up like I'm going to throw it away. And then spread it back out, open it back up, and then that'll give it like some color but not a solid color. Now I'm going to put this just over the flamingo. Now I'm going to cut this sheet. Actually, let's see how I want to do this. Actually, I think I'm going to do the solid first. I'm going to do the solid color first. And put this over everything. Make sure he's wide enough for the flamingo and the words. No, I'm sorry. I can't decide what I wanted. Okay, I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to do this on the flamingo, and then we're going to cut a piece for the words. I've never heat pressed without covering that, so I don't know how that will turn out. So that's my concern right now. So, okay, so I just went and I just cut a piece of the foil, and I'm putting that over the word part. Okay. Now, keep in mind, if you miss any or it doesn't get covered, you can go back and do it again. So I might have cut this a little bit too narrow, but that'll work. It's all good. It's fine. Okay, so I'm going to cover that. I'm going to come back, and I'm going to press this for 10 seconds. So while I'm waiting for this to press, I'm going to try another little tip I learned yesterday, and I'm going to use my home iron, not heated. It's just cold right now. Cold, so I'm going to use it just as a cooling block. I saw somebody else posted that, so I thought that would be a cool idea. Yeah, it seems to do a good. The foil is cold peel. Again, the adhesive is hot peel. So, okay, so after it's cool, just peel this. Peel this one. Okay, now, as you can see, there's a few pieces that it did not cover. Not sure what happened there. So you can go back and put more foil over it. My piece of foil was just not wide enough, so. And then I'm going to also cover the flamingo again to try to get some of the darker. Oh, I'm going to trim this a little bit. To give the flamingo a little bit of a two-tone. So I'm going to cover that. I'm going to put some more foil right here because there's a few spots. The nice thing about foil, you can fill them in. Okay, so we're going to do this, and then we're going to do another 10 seconds. My iron heats up with movement, so I had to make sure to unplug my iron so it wouldn't heat up when I picked it up to use it cold. But it seems to have cooled that foil down pretty quick. So again, it will cool down so I can do a cold peel. And as you guys can all tell, I am by no means a professional. I just really love working. Oh, well, that must not have needed any right there. So I just really love working with foil and want to make sure that anybody else that would like to attempt it gets a little bit of know-how and you know. So that is the finished product now. That is done. And as you guys can see, the effect I was going for here on the flamingo, it's kind of the two-toned with the two different silver purples that I used on it. And then the words are all the same. So that's my project for today. Sorry for the lengthy video, but I hope this helped. If you have any questions, feel free to message me or just ask. I'll help you in any way I can. Thank you.